I love Brooke so much. Like, bro, you've been shooting that shot since you were 11, nigga. This is expert hoops right here. Obviously, the shot didn't go in, but it was a good shot nonetheless. All right, what to do, crew? It is I, your local cloud nigga Nimbus, back at it again with another One Piece live review for you today. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. I really felt that peak in my soul. I'm not gonna hold you. I'll be giving you my review of One Piece chapter 1185, Mind Your Own Beeswax. There's two halves to this chapter, in my opinion, right? You have this first half, which, in my opinion, I do appreciate it, but not a whole lot happens. We do learn some pretty information. We do learn some pretty important information, just about Brook and about like the way he carries himself, as to why he is the way he is. And then we get to the second half of the chapter, which is where I would say most of the like real meat and the substance is at, right? Not to say that this first half was lacking any substance, because I really enjoyed what we got in this little first half of the chapter, right? The first half is essentially essentially Brook just, adjusting to his new life. Right now, he seems to just be the squad of Candle, while Candle's teaching him how to train, teaching him how to talk politely, and that's where we learn that, hey, bruh, Brook's been a dog since he was a kid, bruh. He knows what he wants, bruh. That man knows what he wants. There's one hottie, two hotties, not her, three hotties. Damn, Brook. Okay, damn, nigga, bro. Why she have to get it straight, bruh? Not too much. Don't worry, you're still my number one, Candle. That's Lady Candle. You're my page now. Yo, let me see your panties. Bro, it started here? Bro, you had that in you had that. Hold on, Brook. You had that shot. Like, bro, you've been shooting that shot since you were 11, nigga. Bro, Brook, listen, I fuck with you. You gotta find a better shot, gangy, please. Niggas moving like Corbin. Yeah, you just get more flashes of, Brook and Candle getting along. Brook growing up and training with Candle along with the other Guard Corps members. Okay, then we have these cute scenes of Brook and Candle. I don't trust it. I know Candle's gonna backdoor Brook and Lovin, bro. I don't like this. Oda, I'm not falling for it. I'm too familiar with your game, bro. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for this little cutesy scene of Brook and Candle and like all this training shit. I'm not going for it, gangy. Like I said, more stuff that we probably seen like before in the flashback, right? I want to reiterate this because I said it last chapter and I'm gonna say it again. If you do not like this backstory, you don't like One Piece. That's just what it is, right? Because I don't know, like, yeah, sure, like, oh, this is ruining the Loki and Emu fight. Nigga, Oda cuts away from fights all the fucking time, bro. This ain't nothing new, right? We've been going in a thousand thou wow deep, bro. And plus, this cutaway is actually important, right? We're not cutting away to Raizo versus Fukurokuju. We're not cutting away to see what Ashura Doji's corpse is doing. Like, we are learning key information about one of the core characters in the series, and the fact that some of you niggas are fixing your lips to like complain about this shit is just makes no fucking sense to me. Maybe I'm feeling this strongly because I fuck with Brook so much, and I'm not gonna lie, this flashback is making me love him again. Like oh my goodness. But that's enough Brook lays on that point, right? Such a different scene of Brook and Candle just exploring around the city, doing what he's doing. Where Candle essentially telling him that, like, yeah, there is this guy that I do have an eye on, and then Brook is like, oh, it's me, aren't I? And this is where we get the actual. Now, first, I originally thought like we got to see his first painty jokes like way back when, but this time I'm pretty sure this is the first official time where Brook ever is just like, then would you mind if I could see your panties, please? Because Candle is scolding him like, yo, if you're gonna be a part of the Guard Corps, part of the Royal Guard Corps, you're gonna have to speak properly. You're gonna have manners. And it's funny and it's sweet that, not funny, it's sweet that Brook, even to this day, 90 years into his life, is still abiding by the lessons that Candle taught him oh so long ago. That's just, I love you, Brook, so much. Lady Candle, don't tell me you even wear men's underwear. I don't. Really? Then you gotta let me see your panties. I see. That's the type of shot I'm looking for, Brook. See, like you can't just pull up from half court with a three like that. Listen, see. Okay, listen. Here's what happened. Listen. Oh, speaking of three, shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, all the New York, Mike Brown, shout out y'all for being NBA champions, bro. Hey, the Hawks are the only team to beat the Knicks twice. Hey, I'm leaving here with something. You see, Brooke, that's how you do it, right? See, y'all gotta take notes right here. This is expert hoops right here. Obviously, the shot didn't go in, but it was a good shot nonetheless, right? So you see, right? He starts things up, sizing it up with a cool little joke, right? You know, cool little like setup, right? And that's when he finally took that three. He missed it, but listen, that was a good shot. I respect that shot, Brooke. Brooke, your language is not improving. You have to be polite and use honorifics when you're asking for a favor. Would you be so kind as to show me your panties? So this is the start of like the actual bit where he's just politely asking for girl. Okay, I see it. All right, but then we jump back into the original point of flashback where Shuri's 14 and Brooke is 27. And essentially, Brooke is just, I can't believe I was about to scroll past this, because this is the start of the second half of the chapter, I want to say. At some point during Brooke's time training under Candle, Celestial Dragon appeared on Esperia. We don't know exactly what happened when. We don't know why the Celestial Dragon pulled up. Could be his bow got right. He could be just stopping by, wanting to hear music. For whatever reason, Celestial Dragon pulled up to Esperia. So after Celestial Dragon pulls up, Candle is bedridden for several months, right? Which is interesting to think about, because that might lean into something going into the future. Because even though Candle is no longer with us, I still don't trust her. Maybe this is just me coping with the fact that my theory is probably wrong, but I just don't trust her, bruh. I don't know why I still don't trust her. At some point when Kendall gets better from being bedridden, Prince Leuven ascends the throne to become king and marries Candle. Now, I do think there are two possibilities as to why Leuven went from prince to king. It could either be A, the Celestial Dragon somehow caused the previous king to die, or B, Leuven just married Candle. Because I understand in certain cultures, once the prince gets married, they become the king, right? Right. Then we get a bunch of scenes of Brooke and Shuri training, of the bunch of them getting along, where essentially we get the title drop of the the title drop of the chapter, where Brooke is telling her, she's like, yo, if you're trying to be independent from your parents, why not try singing this song, Mind Your Own Beeswax? And that's where Shuri's like, yo, what the fuck is that? That doesn't like what does that mean? And then that's where we get a new location drop, where Brooke says it's a phrase from Kamigata, a land to the west. Now, I did try my best to do some rough translations. I'm sorry, listen, I'm learning, listen, please, I'm a small creator. But the only couple of translations I was able to get were hairstyles, like hairstyle, and the dialect itself. Kamigata is very similar to the Kansei. Kansei, pretty sure it's Kansei. Yeah, it's similar to the Kansei dialect in actual real world Japan, if we were to do like a real world parallel, right? Which is interesting, because that might be the kingdom to the west that had disappeared, that they mentioned later on in the chapter. Because we get to a point in the chapter, this is a little bit ahead, where they speak of a kingdom that disappeared in the west. Is our country done for, Commander? Don't all non-member nations turn into lawless zones? Are they really gonna loot us for everything we've got? Apparently there's once another nation in the West Blue that disappeared too. No, that can't be O'Hara. That can't be No, it can't be O'Hara. Robin, like, this is 70 years in the past. Like, this literally cannot be O'Hara. Why do you think I lost in the West? Disappeared in the West? Because it's not O'Hara. It's too early for O'Hara. I need to figure out Garbage Age, because Garbage Age is going to let me figure out if this is God Valley or not, because it might be God Valley, I think. During my first initial read-through, I had questioned if it was God Valley until I had cross-referenced people's ages, specifically Garp. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, let me put y'all on game real quick, right? Come close, so like the rest of them don't hear us, right? If you're ever trying to be like a One Piece historian, like you're trying to learn more about the history of One Piece, truthfully, there's only two characters you need to pay attention to. Brook and Garp. Brook and Garp are by far the two best measuring sticks for One Piece time, period. I'm not gonna lie. Garp was there since the beginning of Roger's era into this new one, and Brook has been there since before Roger's era into the current one we're at right now. So if you ever wanted to, start digging into like One Piece history and stuff like that, start with those two characters first, in my opinion. All right. Yeah. Then we get Brook singing the song "Mind Your Own Beeswax." I'm not gonna lie. I do prefer the early translation, but better. It rhymed more, in my opinion. But we get a bunch of scenes. I personally think this is a callback to Thriller Bark because we get this scene of Shuri playing with the ghost and Brook being scared of it. My mind immediately jumped to just make a reference to Corona with the hollow spirits, and all the other stuff. As we continue to cut through all these good moments, these good memories of Shuri and Brook, we jump forward a year. This is the year Shuri turned 15. The year that Shuri turned 15, Esperia lost its music. The kingdom was surrounded in a deep and terrible mist that lasted for half the year. The country's heritage, its treasured instruments, all rotted, and the mist curled into smog that swallowed the island whole. Music no longer echoed through the streets. Joyful melodies gave way to sound of coughing. The toxic smog ravaged the lungs of tens of thousands and claimed the lives of hundreds. Beset by one unimaginable tragedy after another, the kingdom knew nothing but suffering. Even after the fog had lifted, the scars it caused remained. This really thick fog rolls into Esperia. I didn't peep this until maybe later, until I was studying the chapter a little bit. I do think there is some foul play going on here. I don't think this is a natural occurring. I don't think this is an actual disaster. I do think this is a play on the world government. Later, after the smog is rolling through the city and is taking the lives of many people, including Queen Candle. Okay, listen. I know she's dead. Or dead. I'm still not buying it. I sense a heel turn coming. Trust me, I feel it. I feel it in my gonads. We've seen that soon after that, that's when the world government starts to encroach. But once again, that's for later. So yes, and this is where we come to the realization that the kingdom of Esperia cannot pay their heavenly tribute. While one of the king's men is telling him that, we get another scene of Brook and Sharish training in the gardens, and we get this little interesting little tidbit where Brook says "Yo, Shuri, it's almost like you can see into the future when you fight." Maybe a little bit of some hockey foreshadowing for Shuri. We get the first mention of Brook wanting to be a pirate, right? Now, knowing Brook's past, especially with how he grew up and how he made that song about hating the king, it makes sense as to why he wanted to be a pirate. I feel like, I didn't even peep this, because this is something I'm realizing for the first time. I think maybe this is me reaching, maybe this is me being a little bit too meta here. Brook in the official translation says, "My onus comes first, dreams are secondary matter." And I think the reason why Brook is dealing with the shit he's dealing with right now, going right now, is because of that mentality. Look, hold on, let me cook, I promise, right? Because in the story of One Piece, dreams, dreams are paramount. Like we all remember Blackbeard saying a man's dream never dies. We get the big ass speech from Hairlook that a man doesn't die when he's dead, he dies when nobody remembers him, right? And essentially carrying on the dream of that person in a sense, right? One Piece is super big on people following their dreams. That's what the story is about, chasing your dreams. And the fact that Brook is putting his dreams as a secondary option, I feel like that's kind of that's kind of Oda telling us, I don't know, that's just kind of my half-baked thought right now. Maybe I'll make a video about it later, but y'all let me know if I'm cooking with that one. I don't know. And then this is what, I'm not gonna lie, this is by far my favorite scene chapter. These little, I popped so much for this scene, right? Where essentially King Livin looks at all his men and says, "The world government is our enemy. This means war." What? Understood. See, I knew I fucked with Brook, bruh. I knew I 10 toes. Brook, that one thing Brook always gonna do, he gonna stand 10 toes. Oh my god, bruh. He gonna stand 10 toes always. That's one of my favorite qualities of Brook. 10 toes. Nigga pulled up to Sabaody with the straw hats. had only traveled with them for like a week at that point, was already willing to put his life on the line. And here we have the nigga who took him out of poverty, the nigga that changed his broke ass life, says, yo, we going to war with the ward. And he's like, bet, say no more. Ooh, I love Brooke so much. That's one thing y'all niggas gotta understand about Brooke. One thing for sure, two things for certain, that nigga's gonna stand 10 toes down. Always. Obviously, the guards are like, yo, why the hell are we going to war with the world government? And that's what he said. Let's know that, yeah. They demanded 1,000 slaves. That was the only way they could waive this year's heavenly tribute. Slavery in the Holy Land is a fate worse than death. No way. The government's armada will arrive in 2 months, and I have no intention of choosing human sacrifices to hand over to them. And obviously, these people are scared. They're nervous. They're all looking to Brooke. And Brooke just gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna sing a song and cheer the people up. I don't know, cause the more I look, the more I'm paying attention to this backstory. Not backstory. Yeah, this backstory. I'm sorry, I just can't. Ever since not only the Drums of Liberation, but seeing like Emu's little own song, music is becoming a more and more important theme in One Piece. Which is why, again, this flashback is important. Because, like, even what Brooke is doing now is kind of, like, reminiscent of Nika. He's singing a song to cheer the people up. Like, to get these people to rally behind him. So, I think I feel like music is about to play a super huge role. Especially once we get out of this flashback. So I feel like music is probably going to be the only way that could break Shuri out of whatever Emu got her under. Shit, while you playing, it might even be Mind Your Own Beeswax. That might be the song that might do it. We move over to the next page where the war has started. And, bruh... Brooke stocks continue to rise because this nigga is literally cutting everything down while he's singing the song in his head, Mind Your Own Beeswax. We're out here on the map's edge, but don't y'all scoff. Our names ain't something that can be wiped with ease. Yeah, talk your shit, Brooke. You'll find taking our home ain't gonna be no breeze. I like that out of you. Good shit. That's a bar. It makes, like, bro, how does Brooke not have hockey, bro? How does this nigga not have hockey? Like, I just... Brooke is running down the city, cutting down Sacropol and Marine agents. Cut over. Then we find out that they've breached the palace. Alright, come on. Commander! The enemy has breached the palace! I'll hold the barricade at the staircase. Y'all better buzz off. The edge of the map's a hell of a sight because it shines mighty bright. If we finally snap our reel, that shaking is all you'll feel. Your Majesty! Princess Shuri! Brooke beelines it straight for there, cutting down any people in his way. We get to this final page of the chapter, this final big double page spread. Oh. What the fuck? Brooke walks into the throne room, and we see what looks to be a holy knight, Saint Marcus Mars, but he's in this silhouetted form. But who's that? Is that? Well, no. That might be the bird. Nigga. What's the bird nigga's name? Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out later. But oh, fuck. And it's a. Fuck. Wait. He has wings too. A Dami reverse-seed Gunko and what looks to be a Dami reverse-seed Lovin. Because he has wings and he has devil horns. Judging based off the scene, we can already imagine what happened. Or actually, wait. Did I just put it all together right? Yo, hold on. Yo, I was about to say the only way. No, because okay, the ritual circle could have been on the ship, and we know. Okay, what my idea was that while Kendall was bedridden, she put down a summoning circle somewhere in the castle. Because I'm pretty sure only the God Knights can teleport to summoning circles that are already made. And even that, because like the thing I was going to give slight pushback on is because when we saw on Egghead that the Gorosei can just pull up whenever they want. They'll just form their own magic circle and then pull up there, right? So maybe Marcus brought this God Knight with him when he made the circle, or if that's the case, Kendall could have put down the demon circle, the omen circle that could have caused them to come here. Yeah, this is a crazy scene. Like, I love the way Oda drew Brooke. The pure shock and distraught on his face Like he looks like, I don't say terrible. He's petrified of what the fuck is going on here. And the last scene of the chapter is Shuri telling Brooke that the war is about to be over. Shouldn't you be happy? And she looks at him, all Dami reversied. And going based off of this, I'm assuming Imu, or for whatever reason, stopped Gunko's aging at 15. I think maybe. Oh no, was she 29 in the God Valley flashback? Hold on, let me look. Yeah, so from what it's looking like, sorry, I just had to quickly look because I'm pretty sure Imu froze her age at 15. Like she's like physically, like obviously like she's 77 years old, but like she physically looks like still her 15-year-old self. Which once again, Imu, I mean he's the villain, so you know him being on some villain shit makes sense. This what looks to be new God Knight, right? That kind of looks like Shiryu, I'm not gonna lie. Now when I first read this, I thought it was Shiryu. Like my mind immediately went to Shiryu, but then after thinking about it some more, that doesn't make sense. Now I have heard some talk saying that it could be this guy from the God Valley flashback, this big bitch right here, and it would make sense. You know, we haven't seen all the God Knights yet. Cause like I was looking at the scene and I'm like, yo, how the fuck did they get there in the first place? Cause can't they only come through like on demon rituals? Which is why I came to that thought earlier. But and also when I was looking up Gunko earlier, her name is Manmeyer. Yeah, Manmeyer. So maybe that guy might be the Manmeyer. Might be one of the Manmeyers. Yeah, I think like if I were to put a parlay down onto next chapter, I feel like this guy right here, this Holy Knight smoking on the cigarette, he's a Manmeyer. That's where Gunko gets her last name. And I think she might even get her first name here too. Also, quick question, because now that Brooke has seen Dami Reversi, did he lose his memory or something? Cause he remembers Shuri killing the king. Did he not notice the devil horns and the wings? And like obviously the obvious devil spirit in the corner? like I'm really trying to figure out how Brooke, like especially for what we're seeing in Elbaf, doesn't like clock that already. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I like to thank y'all for making it to the end. Please be sure to like, comment, and finally drop that sub. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'm gonna go watch Love Island. Later!